There are 6 used trawler models on the market right now that hold their value, survive decades of hard cruising, and consistently outperform what buyers expect for the asking price. Trawlers are not like other used boats. A well-built one can run for 40 years and still command a real price on the brokerage market, while a poorly built one becomes a money pit within a decade, and the difference almost never shows up in a listing photo or a walkthrough at a boat show. These 6 have proven over real decades on real water exactly which side of that line they fall on. Let's start with number 6. Number 6, the Marine Trader 40 Double Cabin. Don Miller founded Marine Trader in 1968, and by the year 2000 his company had imported more than 3,000 Taiwan-built trawlers into the United States, more than any other importer in the country. The 40 Double Cabin ran from 1974 to the mid-80s and became one of the most recognizable affordable trawlers of the era, with a teak interior so extensive that boat surveyors of the time joked it could sink a lesser vessel just from the weight of the wood. Most were powered by twin 120 horsepower Ford Lehman diesels, engines with a decades-long reputation for simplicity and reliability that parts suppliers still stock today. Here is the honest caveat. Taiwan trawler construction before around 1981 varied wildly, because many hulls were built at a central yard and then farmed out to independent family shops for finishing, so quality genuinely depended on which specific shop touched your boat. A thorough survey. Checking the teak deck for water intrusion at the stern, where it pools and finds old screw holes, is not optional on this model. Get a clean one, and you have a genuinely affordable, proven trawler with a devoted owner community, the Marine Trawler Owners Association, still supporting it today. Number 5, the Mainship 350 and 390 trawler. Introduced in 1997 as the 350 and renamed the 390 around 1999 with minor interior updates, this model became the best-selling trawler in Mainship's history, with 501 hulls built before production ended in 2003 at the company's St. Augustine, Florida facility. Unlike the full displacement classics on this list, the 350 and 390 uses a semi-displacement hull, trading a bit of blue water pedigree for genuinely useful speed, cruising comfortably at 8 to 11 knots with a top end near 14. Professional marine surveyor David Pascoe reviewed the model directly and called it good value for what you get, noting that the cost-saving trade-offs Mainship made were reasonable rather than corner-cutting, after personally surveying 3 separate examples including one brand new and one 4 years old. It was never built as an ocean passage maker, and nobody should buy one expecting that. What it delivers instead is one of the most livable, walk-around friendly coastal cruising trawlers ever mass-produced in America, at a price that remains genuinely affordable on the used market today. Number 4, the DeFever 44. Naval architect Arthur DeFever, who designed long-range tuna fishing vessels before ever drawing a recreational boat, built his reputation designing the wood-hulled Alaskan series for Grand Bank's parent company, American Marine, in the 1960s, and when that company switched to fiberglass and discontinued the wood Alaskans entirely, DeFever began selling his own designs independently under the DeFever Yachts name, built across a variety of Taiwan yards rather than through a single dedicated factory. The DeFever 44 entered production in 1981 and became his most popular design, with more than 100 built. It uses a heavily built, full displacement solid fiberglass hull with a full-length keel, giving it a genuine 1,000 nautical mile range and a dry, comfortable ride offshore rather than just the look of a passage maker. The design pedigree matters here specifically because DeFever was not a boat builder chasing volume. He was a naval architect who had already proven his hull shapes at Grand Banks and on commercial fishing vessels before ever putting his own name on a boat for sale to the public. A used DeFever 44 today carries that design credibility at a price point well below comparable blue water trawlers from higher volume builders, making it one of the more overlooked entries in the entire long-range trawler category. If you have made it this far, do yourself a favor and subscribe if you want more of the best boating content you will not get elsewhere. Number 3. The Grand Banks 36. American Marine, founded in Hong Kong in 1956 by Robert Newton and his sons, launched the prototype that became the Grand Banks 36 in 1963, and between 1965 and its discontinuation in 2003, 1,141 were built. The company switched from wood to fiberglass construction in 1973, and in one of the more remarkable decisions in boat building history, made that switch without telling dealers or customers, confident the change would hold up under scrutiny, rather than trying to market its way past traditionalist skepticism. It did. Grand Banks yachts are in high enough demand today that well-maintained examples regularly resell for more than their original retail price, a genuinely rare outcome for any production boat of any age in any category. The 36 essentially created the entire modern trawler category as recreational boaters understand it, and used examples remain the benchmark. Every other trawler on this list gets measured against, including by brokers who specialize in nothing but trawlers. Number 2. The Nordhavn 46. Pacific Asian Enterprises launched the first Nordhavn in 1989, designed by Jeff Leishman and built in Taiwan, and 80 of the 46-foot model were completed before the design was retired in favor of larger, more advanced hulls. What sets Nordhavn apart structurally is a solid fiberglass laminate below the waterline, using vinyl ester resin over a full network of longitudinal and transverse stringers rather than a cord panel, prioritizing strength and long-term durability over shaving weight for speed. The boat was never designed to chase. A Nordhavn 40, a close sibling design, set the world record for the fastest circumnavigation by a production powerboat in 2001 and 2002, covering more than 24,000 nautical miles over 170 days at sea with no significant issues, using a crew made up entirely of the company's own employees. 8 Nordhavns have completed full circumnavigation since, and more than 150 have crossed an ocean. That is not marketing copy, that is a documented track record most sailboats never achieve, built by a company still run today by the same founding partners who started it more than 5 decades ago. Number 1. The Kadey-Krogen 42. Art Kadey and naval architect Jim Krogen founded the company in 1976 and launched the 42 in 1977, building 206 of them over a 22-year production run using a full displacement hull directly modeled on North Sea commercial fishing trawlers, with a fine forward entry and a distinctive wine glass transom designed for a softer ride running with the seas astern. The Krogen 42's resale reputation is close to unmatched in the entire trawler world. Owners on trawler forums describe the brand's brokerage network as almost cult-like in how aggressively it protects resale values, actively steering owners away from private sales, specifically to keep the used market strong for everyone still holding one. Here is something you need to know before shopping for one. Kadey-Krogen Yachts filed for Chapter 7. Bankruptcy on July 6, 2026, ending new production entirely after nearly 50 years in business. Existing owners keep their boats, and the used market reputation built over 5 decades does not disappear overnight, but factory warranty support, spare parts, and after-sales service are now genuinely uncertain going forward. If you're considering a used Krogen 42, budget for independent parts sourcing, and factor the bankruptcy directly into your negotiating position, because the company that built it can no longer stand behind it the way it once did, even if the hull underneath you is exactly as good as its reputation claims. So here's the pattern across all 6. Every one of these models has a specific documented reason it holds value: a hull material choice, a design pedigree, a surveyor's direct assessment, or decades of resale data from real brokerage transactions. None of them are on this list because of a marketing claim dreamed up for a boat show banner. They're here because the proof already exists in how these boats have actually performed for the owners who bought them decade after decade in real conditions. One last thing before you go shopping. A trawler's value depends enormously on maintenance history, especially on a full displacement hull's underwater running gear and any teak decking prone to water intrusion over time. Get a survey from someone who specifically works on trawlers, not a general powerboat surveyor. Ask directly about engine hours and maintenance logs, and on the Krogen specifically, ask exactly how the current parts situation is being handled post-bankruptcy before you commit to anything. Buy the specific boat sitting in front of you, not just the reputation behind the name on the transom, and any one of these 6 can genuinely outlast the money you put into it. Which one surprised you most? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.